Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today is Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Marketwatch. In terms of updates this week, it was a bit of a patch week and also the transmuting of weapon pieces, which is more towards the Iron Man sort of game style. Nothing too big enough for me to want to do a video on, but again, it's a pretty big update if you are in the Iron Man gameplay. Something else which I'll be doing a video on in the next week or so is the right-click examine on the 110 rune crafting. We'll go through that and sort of highlight things as well. I would have thought runecrafting would have come in January because that's where they were kind of aiming it for, but it seemed like it's been delayed. And a confirmation on the date. When we go through the post, we'll find out when it's going to be hitting the game. But we're not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Welcome to Marketwatch. Now, if you haven't seen any of the videos which I've released this week, we are on the verge or lead up to a double XP. For the first time in a while, we've actually got quite a bit of time. We've actually got like now 3 weeks until the double XP hits the game. So because of that, I imagine that things are going to react and rise early and then sort of slope off and then bounce back up towards the beginning of the double XP. But imagine a lot of items which are going to be relating to this are going to be here. It kind of explains why certain things have been rising beforehand as well. So again, we'll just go through and pick out anything which is interesting. As always, we'll skip anything in terms of cosmetics and stuff because they ain't important. So the first one we're going to start with is an iron bar at 4.1k. Again, fantastic way for non-members to make some profit. Use Rings of Forging because it means that you're not going to use 2 iron ore per iron bar. But 4.1k is pretty good money, and I imagine the price for the ore is going to be about 1.52k. So a really good way to make some profit is smelting iron bars. Smelting is still very, very good. Now, from the start, the talismans seem to be up in price. We've got Fire and Earth. Again, not really a way for you to farm them, but it's nice to know that they're up in price. Aggression Flasks in a bracket 3 also up 127.8k. So this will benefit a couple of things. People who farm Bloodweed, that will be going up. And also people who kill the Lava Striker worms, the Ashes will be going up as well. Puzzle box skipping tickets. We picked this out again a couple of weeks ago. The updates to the game meant that people had less steps for their puzzle boxes, so the prices tanked. Now we're in a bit where people are willing to pay for that price to skip the step, so we'll see where it settles and where it ends up on. A Ghost Impling Jar 117.3k. We have Super Prayer Renewals 32.1. Fantastic way to make some GP if you've got the ability to buy the potions and also make the potions as well. I believe with it being one of the elf crystal flask potions, you do need to get the recipe from Dungeoneering, but if you've got access, again, very good there. Cactus Spine at 1.9k. We have coal at 434. Don't underestimate coal as a moneymaker. When I did a video on it a couple of weeks ago, it was something like 3.5 to 4 mil per hour. So if that's had the price jump of about 52 GP per coal, definitely worth looking into. Again, level 70 mining is when you can do coal, and not only that, that's when you can really start to get into your AFK porter mining. Each porter will transform into 3 pieces of coal. I think it's 3 instead of 5. Gold's 5, but I don't think coal is. But again, decent way to make some GP. Ghostly Essence on the way back up, 2.3k. We have Lumite, 2.5k. Copper, Stone Spirits, just under 500 GP each. And a Silver Bar, 2.3k there. Grimy Qualm and Irits on the way up. Again, I think the big push on Herbal supplies is slowly starting to loom. But Qualm is 4,000 coins there, so that'll be a decent one to farm as well. Magic Note Paper, 679. We have Mahogany Logs at 402 GP each. Congealed Blood, 5.1k now. And again, this is one where I think we talked a little bit on when it started to dip. All Congealed Blood ever needs is a double XP announcement or a demand on that kind of potion or overloads, and there's just not enough volume coming into the game. So again, if you have any Slayer tasks which could be done in Mauritania Slayer Tower, it just means you can get access to Congealed Blood. Very much worthwhile doing. And also if you've got any champion scrolls like Ghouls or any others which can be done in Mauritania, could be a good time to pay off some cannonballs while doing those as well. Super Restores, 2.5k each. We have a Mithril Bar now just under 3,000 coins. Cannonballs on the way back up, 1.9k each. Again, fantastic way to make some AFK profit if you've got Mauritania legs. Lanterdime Incense Sticks, 25.3k. Again, incense sticks are fantastic. I highly, highly recommend getting Quick Sense perk because that will make it even better. We have the Eternal Magical Shortbow, 278k. Although I imagine these will be huge profit because of the sort of burial effect on double XP. I'm going to be doing some of these in preparation on the main account, and I'm looking forward to see where this could go, because fletching could be some serious profit because the XP is going to be nuts. Impure Essence on the way back up, 374 GP each, so if you're looking to do some rituals at the minute, Impure Essence is very good. Magic frames hopping up 82.4k, and I think this could be the start of frame season. So if you're looking for a way to jump in and make profit, frames are so good and a good way to train your construction and make profit at the same time. Obviously, in all my series, I've made so much money with construction and built accounts with construction, but our annual double XP construction overview video will be coming out at some point, probably next week, where we'll talk through all the ways to make some profit. Aggression Potion, 63k each. We have Ruby Rings, 2.6k. With the iron ore prices, you might be able to make a little bit enchanting those. Syrian Ashes, 46k. That will be going up because of Aggression Potions. Dwarf Wheat, 5.9k. Orichalcum Bars, we did talk about this maybe a few weeks ago, maybe before that. They really did peak at 14.2, and when they were on the way down last week and in price falls, I did say Orichalcum Bars will probably bounce at some point. Again, I think it might be a bit too early with double XP being announced, but it's nice to see that they're bouncing already. I do think they'll bounce something like 12.5, 13k, and then maybe go down a little bit, but definitely one to look out for as well. Ultra Compost is 7.5k each. There is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't do this. It's the easiest way for you to make 7.5 mil per day. And again, if you're paying for bonds or using bonds to pay for your membership, this is the easiest way to probably pay off like half, maybe a little bit more with that price. It's just by doing that. Sandstone, 5kg on the way back up, 5.5k. I still think Sandstone is too cheap. The Infinite Porter really did like nuke the prices of Sandstone, so I imagine it's just going to take a little while for that to build back up. When Arrows 926, Sharp Shell Shards 665, great way to do fire making and highly AFK. I know fire making's AFK with bonfires anyway, but Sharp Shell Shards are just that little bit more. Rather than a full invo, you can do up to 60 in one big go. Celtic Brimstone, 9,000 coins each. Grimy Avanto, 468. Dinosaur Bones, 19.6k. And a Primus Keystone, 393. Primal Limbs, 2.4k each. Although I'll be interested to see what that price is at the minute. With the kind of push for all of the fletching items and being able to do fletching burial armors, I wonder if these will become viable and decent price, because a Primal Bar in a minute is roughly like 35k, so it is quite off the price. Powerful Ghostly Inks, 16.5k. Impious Ashes, 911, because I do think that these are linked to quite a lot of incense sticks, which are going to be useful for the next couple of weeks, so they could be a decent one to pick up. Uncut Emeralds, 902 GP each, and I think that's mainly because of how useful the jewellery is. But 902 GP each, and then you look at things like Diamond and Ruby, which are lesser price. Hopefully that just means there's going to be a big push on the Diamonds and Rubies coming forward. Gold ore, very good price at the minute, 1.1k each, but again, an even better moneymaker, similar to the iron bar. It's to turn that into a gold bar, and you can make something like 2k-ish if you can hold your price. Tyrian Purple, Malachite Green, always going to go back up. I think 10k for the colours are just a bit too cheap. Clean Qualm, 4.6k, and finally a Super Strength is 7.9. So, first reaction there is that you can turn a Clean Qualm, use your partial potion producer or make them yourself. And with the price for Limpwort Root, which I'll be surprised it's more than 700 GP, you can make something like 2.5k per profit on a Super Strength Potion. So this really is one of the best times of the year. There's so many different ways for you to make GP with price rises and get creative. But from the past couple of double XPs, I've found that Herblore has probably been the best. Working on those Super Potions and using those Super Potions to make profit. But other stuff as well, Ultra Compost, everyone should be doing this every day because it's such an easy way to make some profit. Keep an eye on the smithing bars. Orichalcum's the only one in price rises this week, but I imagine the rest slowly will sort of come in. If you can do frames, dig into frames, look at which frames you can do at your level and which ones are best. If you are high enough to do things like the brand new sort of bows from the fleshing update, again, look at those because they're going to be very good profit on release, because again, it's the first time they've hit a double XP, and I think people would like to see what the kind of XP rates and turnaround are. Now, I've been rambling on so far for 9 minutes, so I'm going to try and go through the price falls very quickly. Again, skipping all this stuff because it's cosmetics. We've still got the wood spirits on the way down, so we've got wood, oak, eternal, and yew still crashing, and also Ranarr seeds at 1.9k each. Flesh runes on the way down, 585, again, pretty low for that. Logs are on the way down because you can now get multiple logs from a tree. Bainite ore, 6.1k, that is definitely one I'd look into invest because again, Bainite can always have a big push. Can always go up in price as well. And if you think that an Orichalcum bar we've just seen is 12k, there is scope for a Bainite bar to go past that. We also have Spirit and Bone Runes on the way down. Bone Runes and Flesh Runes look relatively cheap, so if you're someone who uses Necromancy Runes a lot, definitely have a look, definitely pick those up. Toadflax, Quam, Marrentills. Again, these are 3 very, very good herbs to farm and very profitable as well. And the seeds are on the way down. So if you're looking to farm, I would highly recommend keeping your farm runs up. We've seen the incense sticks on how good of a money maker they are this week as well. With you farming herbs, you will earn points towards that as long as you speak to the people at the Garden of Het and you sort of unlock that as well. But the more sort of herbs you farm, the more droid points you get, the sooner you can go and get that incense and make even more money. Lanternine and Avinto also there, as well as Magic, Maple and Willow wood spirits. Milk Willow have finally sort of buckled. 12.6k, and I imagine that's going to level out now. People aren't really interested. Primal Stone Spirit though, 22.1k, one to keep an eye on, and one you could definitely sort of pick up and make a little bit of money with, especially if you're looking for a bit of AFK time. 22.1k is kind of the price I would look and buy those at as well, so that is very decent. Super Star Brew, 26.5k, these will be going down more because I think a lot of people will be making brews for double XP. Great Scarcity Ink, 8.8k, could be worth buying because people will be doing rituals on the double XP because it's such good XP for Necromancy. Super Anti-Poison, 6.9k for a bracket 4 is actually pretty decent and definitely could be worth the investment. Steel Bar, 3.2k, you've seen the price of cannonballs, 2k each. You only need to do 2 cannonballs to be well over the price to cover the Steel Bar and be quite into the profit, so cannonballs again, very good at the minute. Dragon Pickaxe, 32.2 mil, we have Astral Runes, 791 GP each. Fractite Ore, 18.7, and I know I've just recommended using the Primal Stone Spirits. Make sure to check the prices on which ores are selling the best because they will all be different prices. We have Ripper Demon Scrolls at 5.7k each, a binding contract as well, 121.8k. Clean Arbok, 13.5k each, a Bane Bar, 13.2k. Again, this could bounce up and with your price as well, maybe throw a low ball in now and get making those because it could be a good chance you can make some decent profit. U-Frame's an interesting one, see that in price falls at this point, 68.8k. Maybe worth a sort of pickup. I bought some U-Frames at a very low ball offer last year and didn't sell them, so again, that was a bit dumb on my part, but you could definitely put a low ball offer in and see how you get on with those. And Golden Roses, 975k each. We actually did fly through the price falls, but there's some stuff here which is just kind of items I'm not really interested in, but the main sorts of things I'd keep an eye out for, again, that U-Frame's a decent price, any ores, bars, herbs. Again, you need to make sure they're relevant and used enough, like that R-Book might not be used enough to be worthwhile because it's very limited on what kind of potions you do. But Necromancy Runes as well on the way down, so me personally, I wouldn't sort of runecraft at this period of time. I'd wait to do runecrafting updates unless you're 110. And then I would recommend to use your proteins at runecrafting altars over double XP. Get access to that soul altar because the XP using the protein essence is just so good. However, that's going to wrap up this week. Again, price falls, bit mid, but price rises absolutely flying this week. Loads of money making methods, and I think we're just on the eve of that pickup in prices as well. Stuff is starting to turn up, ready for the double XP. People are buying, people are stocking. Check your margins, check prices, try and be creative with what items you're going to create and make. And hopefully you guys make some bank in the process as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.